Visits to Syria. We have with us Amjad Rass, who's a doctor and a Syrian-American Medical Society board member, joining us from Detroit. Dr. Amjad, thanks for speaking to us on Al Jazeera. You did go back to Syria recently, after many years of being away. First, tell us about that visit and what went through your mind upon your return.
Well, it's been since end of August 2010 when I left. I was there with my family on vacation, and I came back to the country planning and even we booked our next trip for the following summer. But you know, the rest of the story, where we were in a way not welcome there, and then when I became a little bit of activist on medical relief and advocacy, my name was put on the terrorist list in Syria. So finally, after the liberation of Syria, after the change of hand, the fall of the Assad regime, I was able to make it there. I arrived on the 23rd, and I came back just a couple of nights ago. It was kind of, you know, a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, and a lot of apprehension, a lot of fear for the future of Syria. People are fearing for the change of another change in the country, like what happened in other parts of the Middle East after the Arab Spring. I left the country, came 2 days ago, I came back home 3 days ago, and a lot on my mind, a lot on my mind.
Was there anything that perhaps surprised you the most when you went to Syria that you can share with us?
Well, actually, I knew people would be very happy. The Syrian people will be very happy. But 2 weeks after the fall of the regime, they were still celebrating on the streets. You go to a restaurant, and while you're sitting there and eating your meal, and just a group of people start chanting some of those revolutionary chants, and it's just amazing. They're still celebrating. I don't think the situation, the day-to-day situation had changed much, except for the security situation. It's much safer now, believe it or not. It's much safer in most of the country. But they still, there are a lot of poverty. People are happy. No electricity. People are happy. They're looking forward for a better future, and they're talking about being part of rebuilding the future of Syria. The Syrian people are amazing. Yep.
Look, part of your trip, as far as I understand, was to reassess the healthcare needs in the country. What did you see on the ground, and what sorts of challenges does the country face in rebuilding the healthcare system?
Yeah. Well, was partly for rebuild the healthcare system, also to see how our members and our organization can do to build capacity and do good medical training. Well, the healthcare system, I describe it as big empty buildings with malfunctioning equipment, a lot of staff, no medications, no supplies, and broken windows and doors. Exactly, this is exactly what it is. Wherever you go, you see the same thing. A lot of people, patients, but no functioning equipment, and or maybe just few, and no medications, no supplies. People had to go out and buy what they need. The patient families had to go out, buy what they need, and come back to get that handed over to the medical staff. This is not the Syria I knew. This is it. The healthcare system was very, very strong. And you cross little to Idlib, where SAMS, our organization, and many other organizations were working and still functioning there. And you see a very solid system that provide a lot of care, advanced cardiac care, cancer treatment, and many other sophisticated medical care. That was built because of the ambitious Syrian people who had the freedom to do that. So we started referring referring patient to that area in Idlib.
So in
Yes.
terms of priorities right now, as you see them, to rebuild the healthcare system, what are the priorities and what are the biggest needs right now?
It's everything. I don't know where to start. We need to rehab the medical centers. We need to replace and update the medical equipment. We need to replenish the supplies and medications, train and times retrain the medical staff. They have been out of update for the last 13 years. And at the same time, I've done some meetings with medical students. You see those ambitious eyes. You see those people who want to have a better future for them and their family and better future for the country. I was there many years ago when I had ambition, and my ambition led me here. That chance is probably not available to those young students, young medical students. We have to provide the medical training, high-level medical training, where they live in Syrian cities.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Amjad Rass, thank you so much for speaking to us from Detroit in the U.S. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.